And have arrived at Kaz vs. Wild Season 6. And you may or may not be able to see with my camera. It is almost 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern time here?
Yep.
Eastern time here. And what you're seeing here is the bench that we made last year. The only piece of bushcrafting that we did with the cordage. And it is still standing, rock solid.
With my pack on.
With the pack on. Load bearing, supporting weight. And then you want to take a seat in my, I don't know if you can do it with your pack on. Load bearing and working my,
my pack, but
yeah. That bench there was built and we haven't touched it. It was built last year. It's been up all year long and we'll show it in more detail later. My bushcraft seat that uses 0 cordage and it's still there unmessed with. And then we have my table that I made last year and you see in my videos. Unmessed with, undamaged, just sitting there and still able to be used as a table. Can't sit on it, but then again when I built it you couldn't sit on it either. But it worked great as a kitchen table. This big kitchen area here that we made, the only damage that was done to it, well, it fell over, but the only reason why it fell over is the Y over there in the far corner. Something apparently bashed into it and knocked it out of the ground. But if it hadn't fallen out of the ground, the table would still be up. Because that's the only thing that got damaged was that one corner over there. The Y isn't even damaged either. It looks like something ripped it out of the ground. So maybe a deer or something ran through here. But other than that, it's everything's still here. So we'll be able to rebuild that. We're going to change the camp around a little bit. But before we do, tomorrow in the daylight, we'll show you what it all looks like in a clearer view. And here's the campfire. It's still there. Untouched. We did find one piece of trash here that was brand new. Looked like it had been here only a few days actually. Like somebody had walked through and just tossed it. But other than that, the whole campsite looks pretty much untouched. And many of you may remember Mr. Obama. He's still here. Got to give Mr. Obama a kick in the nads for old time's sake. Gonna give him a kick in the nads. We're gonna train Kyle to give Obama a chew on the leg. This is Obama. You brought Obama's head, right?
Obama will make a guest appearance.
He has Obama's head that we're going to put back on the statue like last year. Right now he's got a blinking red light so we can make it to and from the truck. I don't know if you can see my lights from my truck over there. But we're unloading and then we will go park our vehicles far, far away. So anyhow, just basically we're here video. Saturday night, and Kaz vs. Wild officially starts for us tonight, and then for everybody else who comes tomorrow.
Tomorrow and the rest of the week.
And we did pick up the chickens, and we'll show you those tomorrow.
Excellent.
So, all right, talk to you later. And there's Kyle. Woof. Alright, welcome to Fix by Doc, and it's our first morning here. Got my BDUs on, and we got Kaz here too. And when we got here last night, as you saw in the video, or may not have seen in the video, it might have been too dark, but pretty much this is the exact same camp that we had last time. And everything is still pretty much here. Our fireplace was still here. This is exactly how we found it. This big table here did fall down, but the only reason why it fell down, these Ys and everything are still up. This Y here is still up, but the only reason why it fell down is because this Y here got ripped out of the ground. This piece right here that my toes are on, that was the stake I used to stabilize it, so it didn't break or anything. It looks like something must have run through here and rammed into it and pushed it over. But other than that, if that stake didn't get knocked out of the ground, the whole table would have remained upright. But that's the only reason why it fell. And here's my kitchen table that Kaz has taken over, and we're gonna have to build him a new one for himself. But as you can see, my kitchen table is still here and still functioning nice and stable just like it was. We didn't have to do any repair work to anything. And best of all, my bench here Kyle's knocking stuff off of it, but put this piece on there, and there's my bench. When we came here, it was just like that, and I'll sit on it for you. And Kyle's sitting on it too. So there you go. It's holding weight, and we haven't touched it or done anything to it other than put that one little stick on it you just saw me do. And I don't know if anybody's used it or sat on it since we left last year, but one whole year later, and it's still standing. You're not going to find those Walmart folding Chinese-made chairs doing that. Nope. In fact, last year, a couple of guys brought some of those folding chairs out here, and they literally busted, what, within an hour of them bringing it out?
Yeah.
Within an hour of them bringing out those store-bought chairs, they were broken. This one was built and that same day, and here it is a year later, still functioning. And zero cordage used. Zero cordage. I used a double Y in the back, behind the tree, and 2 single Ys in the front of the tree. And then that's it. Some straight sticks and call it done. The tree, the only reason the tree is even used, because you don't even need the tree, but the only reason the tree is even used is so you have a backrest. That's the only reason. And you don't, if you use the tree, you don't want to tie these sticks up, because as the tree grows, it's going to expand and it's going to want to push these sticks off. So if you tie these sticks to the crossbars, then if you intend to leave this for any period of time, then if you tie the sticks to the crossbars so that they can't fall off like Kyle just knocked it off, then what's going to happen is as the tree grows, it will just break your system apart. So keep that in mind. If you have it tied while you're at the camp, untie it before you leave if you're going to be gone for months at a time, so the growth of the tree won't destroy it. And here's our big bench here. We did leave, this is the one thing that we had cordage on. We tied it to 3 different trees. And we put this was one tree that was dead and fallen on its own. All we did was salt the stump down to the size we needed, and we made a bench here. And we're going to change things up a little bit this year, and we'll show you how we're going to do that. So we're just going to rearrange things, because our shelter's here. This is Kaz's shelter that he slept in last night. It's just a temporary spot. We got here late last night and it was real dark, so we didn't want to clear any areas or anything. So basically we just found a clear spot and threw up his tarp shelter. This is your first time ever sleeping like that, huh?
First time, yes.
And how did you sleep last night?
I slept well. It was very comfortable.
Very comfortable, yeah.
It was very nice.
And warm?
I was warm.
Warm. And you're using my military duffel bag, or my military bivy sack, but everything else is yours.
Yep. All I have down here is the tarp. I have one heat barrier, which is the blue thing. Then I have my sleeping bag, and then your bivy sack, and that's all I have.
Yeah.
And it was plenty warm last night. I'd say it went down to about 45.
Yeah, that's probably about what it was.
And it was real warm.
And his tarp is a big 12 by 12, so we did have to fold it up. It's a little saggy, but we'll put it up. This was just a hasty setup real fast, and we'll show you how I do the toggles down in the stakes and everything on the next setup when we move it to a better location. Here's mine. You've seen how I do my lean-tos on many occasions. I've got the hangover like that. And I had the hangover like that because I wanted to trap the heat directly above me instead of tying it out. Also, by tying it out with having Kyle here, he gets tangled up in these tie-outs here, and Kyle's leash is over there, so he would have gotten tied up on mine. So having it dangled down like this, he doesn't get tied up in the tie-outs, and it traps more heat in for me. Over here, this pole here that we stuck in the ground, you ram it into the ground and you push it out, and it holds the back side of the tarp out a little more, giving him a little bit more space, and helps trap heat in there too. And believe it or not, these are very, very warm, even though it's just one wall. So Mine is a 8x8 steel nylon green tarp. So